Hi, friends. Rick Edwards here with Sunday School University, and thank you for joining us today. I'm going to be speaking with Tim Smith, Dr. Tim Smith, who many of you will recognize because he's been doing these video lesson previews for Explore the Bible for a number of years now. But a transition is about to take place, and so I asked him if he would give us a few minutes and give him a chance to talk about his future, if he'd like to do that, and his experience with Sunday School University. So that's why we're here, and appreciate you all checking in. So Tim, thank you for being a part of this. If you don't mind, let's start by just thinking about why this transition is taking place, and then we'll talk about some other things.
All right. Thank you, Rick. And thank you to you, Sunday school leaders, Sunday school teachers, your faithfulness through the years, your constant encouragement to me. I appreciate that so much. But yes, as Rick said, I'm going to step away. There's many reasons, just a season of life. Many of you know my wife's health is not the best. And so I'm needing to give more attention there. My mother is requiring more attention, and so it's just a different season for me. And so I'm having to look at doing things different in ministry. And even though I love Sunday School University, and I love Sunday school teachers and leaders, and I love doing this, it's just time to take a little break. And so that's what we're going to do.
Well, I certainly understand that. And you also provide a little word of farewell when you conclude your last session in November. And in that, I think you noted that as you and I discussed, we are going to reconnect in about a year or so and kind of see where things are.
Yeah.
So there is a chance, we'll kind of see. We're going to leave the door open for the possibility that you might be back in another year. Is that right?
Yes, that is my passion, my calling. What the Lord has called me to is groups and discipleship, Sunday school. And as I told a friend the other day, that's how I want to go out. That's what I want to go out, burning my life in service to the Lord, is in Sunday school and discipleship and groups. And so, I hope and pray that that's where the Lord will allow me to serve Him in the coming days.
Great. Well, some people, you and I have had a chance to talk about this in our friendship, but a lot of people may not know how in the world you got started doing this. So if you'd like to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm going to date myself here. Back in 1983, I found this resource called Video Dynamics. This was a VHS tape that was mailed to us with sheets of paper with outlines. And so what is now Sunday School University was called Video Dynamics. And what we have been doing is what I found in 1983. And I started using that in my weekly workers meetings for my adult teachers, for my youth teachers, every week, using that to help them get ready for the coming Sunday. And then in 92, I started doing a TV Sunday school class on our local cable station. And I had a group of ladies that came up, and we called all the shut-ins, and we had several hundred folks in that. And some of my Sunday school teachers saw that and said, "Hey, we want to watch that, but we can't watch it because it's during Sunday school." And so we started playing that on Thursday on the local cable station. On Thursday night, we would do our live weekly worker meetings, and then they would have the again, the video dynamics on Wednesday, and then they would have me on Thursday over the local cable. And so I've been doing the weekly teaching and prep and teaching to a camera since 1993. It was probably 15 years ago when Steve Guidry contacted me about filling in for either Dr. Harbour or Dr. Tolbert. Can't remember which one, but one of them was in the hospital sick, and they were going to be out for an extended period of time. And so they asked me to be a substitute teacher. And so I did that, and it worked. And when either Dr. Harbour or Dr. Tolbert came back, their health was just such that they couldn't continue. And so they asked me to stay. And so I've been doing it 10, 15 years every week and loving it. I guess the most that I've done when I started, we kind of rotated. We would do one quarter of the Bible Studies for Life, and then we would do Explore the Bible, and we would rotate that, and then it just got to where the folks said we'd rather just have the same guy instead of having to get used to a different teacher every quarter. They'd rather have the same guy, and so that's why I stayed with the Explore the Bible all these years. But it's a great tool. It's a helpful tool. And Rick, I'll say this: when people ask me what is that, I've had three goals, three things that I try to do. I try to help a new teacher because they're scared to death. They don't know what to teach or how to teach. They've just been given a book and a room and said, go teach. And so I've always thought about that new teacher. Second, I always thought about that busy teacher, that life happens and I wish everybody could spend 18 hours a week getting ready for Sunday school, but sometimes they can't. And so I wanted to give, in those 17 minutes, I wanted to give that teacher something that was going to help them if they were busy. And then the third teacher that I tried to help was that teacher that walked into Sunday school with 18 commentaries underneath their arm and 72 pages of notes, and they got through their introduction and the bell rang and the choir was leaving and Sunday school was over. I wanted to help that teacher get narrowed, focused in on what was the essential message from that study. And so that's been my focus, and I've loved it, and I'm so thankful that I've had the opportunity to do this all these years.
Well, that's a pretty amazing and thorough description of what's happening in so many cases, and actually reflects your understanding of what's going on in the local church and the challenges that so many teachers are facing. So thank you for that sensitivity. You and I have spoken more than once just about our mutual passion for Sunday school and our belief that Sunday school really does make a difference. And it's an organization and a program within the church that is valuable. So I'd kind of like to get your take. Why do you feel these videos, why has it been worth your time to do this? You've described the teacher you're doing it for, but why is this important to you?
Well, it's God's word, first of all. There's power in God's word. If God's word will speak for itself, and there's power in God's word, and I believe that when we study God's word, when we read God's word, God can change lives, and so that's why. I believe in the power of God's word, God to use his word to change lives. And I just believe in the tool of Sunday school. I mean, since I was a 17-year-old kid, I've seen what can happen in a church and in a community that does the work of the church through Sunday school, and revival can take place and in a community because of Sunday school. And so I believe in that tool, and always have and always will be a Sunday school guy, because that's what God has called me. That's the tool that he's called me to use to reach people and disciple people.
Very good. Well, I love that description and love that affirmation of what we do. So for the sake of people who have been watching you, so they know, we do have someone who's going to be taking your place. His name is Sean Thomas. He is a retired Southern Baptist pastor. He's currently living in Norman, Oklahoma. We have another video where I speak to him about this new role, and I welcome him in the same way that I'm kind of bidding you farewell. So our users will be able to see that video as well and meet Sean Thomas. So, and we're anticipating good things and trust the Lord will use him and his work in the days ahead. Grateful for that and grateful for him. But really, I wanted this time, Tim, just to say personally to you, thank you for your years of service to Sunday School University. Thank you for your service to Sunday School, to the Lord's church, to his kingdom. I know it's not over. You are currently serving as a director of missions in Georgia. You continue to preach and teach and go through whatever doors the Lord opens for you. And so it's not as though you're not actually retiring here, and your ministry is certainly not over, but your involvement with Sunday School University, at least for the moment, is on pause. And so I wanted you to know I appreciate your friendship, appreciate your participation, and just want to say a word of thank you for being such a faithful teacher week after week all these years. It's really been a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
All right. Well, listen, brother, you take care, and we'll get this posted for our users to see in the near future.
Thank you.